show WebTV, John's out and about with the latest techie watch from Timex. I delve into the world of gadget news, and Otis is running around with a tiny new Muvi camcorder. Hello and welcome to WebTV. We'll have tiny camcorders and the news a little bit later on in the show, but first it's time for John to check out the new Timex Expedition WS4.
Now, I'm used to Timex's being cheap and cheerful watches, but this new Expedition WS4 marks a boost in aspirations for the company. It not only tells the time, it also incorporates an altimeter, a barometer, a thermometer and an electronic compass. They're calling it a wrist-top adventure instrument. It certainly looks and feels very tough. It's supposed to be waterproof down to 50 meters, and it definitely looks like the sort of thing you could take with you to the Himalayas if you were so inclined. This WS stands for wide screen, and it's got this 2-inch LCD display, which on the home screen deals with quite a bit of information. It's the time up there on the top right. You've got a sort of mini weather station down here. There's a readout for temperature there, and this display scrolls between the day and date, your height above sea level, and pressure in millibars. Now, that's the home screen. If you want to delve more deeply into each of those functions, you can use this mode button here. Keeps time accurately, incorporates an alarm and timer function and a stopwatch mode. And in all these various modes, it actually helps you by giving you quite a lot of written instructions. You don't have to remember what all the buttons do. All very helpful. I didn't find the temperature readout that useful. This watch is influenced by the fact that it's on your wrist and the temperature is raised artificially due to the body temperature. To get an accurate reading, you needed to take the watch off, leave it in the environment around you, and then it would stabilise at the accurate temperature after about 10 or 15 minutes or so. The compass needs calibrating manually by turning it round and round. Once calibrated though, it seems to stay that way, and it's accurate, though I haven't subjected it to degree accurate checking. However, if it says you're facing east, you are. In altitude mode, you can scroll between your current height, your peak height that you've reached, how much height you've accumulated from a certain point where you've reset the watch, and you can get a graphical representation of how high you've been over the last 24 hours, although that's obviously set up for mountainous regions, because in my rambles around the locality, the graph stayed resolutely flat. You can also set an altitude alarm, which sounds when you reach a certain height and record how long you've spent over that limit. Now, initially I was slightly disappointed by the accuracy of the altimeter. However, it transpires that handheld altimeters aren't actually that consistent or accurate because they rely on barometric pressure, and because it's always varying and to some degree also varies according to temperature, you end up with fluctuations being the norm. And for an instrument of this type, it's actually pretty accurate. It is very good at measuring changes in altitude though. Here I am at the bottom of an almost imperceptible slope. It's reading 170 meters. And there it is, 176 meters. So up by 6 meters, that looks about right. The barometer readings obviously go hand in hand with the altimeter readings, so a bit of give and take is required there too. Though you do get this nice graphic display of what the barometric pressure's done over the last 24 hours, and that mini weather station view, which takes account of pressure changes over the last few hours to predict what's happening in the next few hours. Now, one feature that's obviously missing from the Timex is GPS, but I do find that GPS on watches runs the batteries down very quickly, and you may be better off with a separate unit anyway, or indeed using the GPS on your phone. Talking of batteries, it uses a standard battery that's easily accessible through the back like that, so that's handy. And another feature that's good is the Indiglow light. You can put it on for a quick glow in the dark, or alternatively you can set it so that any button you touch leaves the watch light illuminated for a while. I've really got to like the Timex, and if you're worried that you don't like it in yellow, it does also come in 5 other colours, including orange, red, blue and black.
Great news for you Grand Theft Auto fans out there, because GTA Chinatown Wars is making its way to the Sony PSP. Now, the DS version of the Grand Theft Auto franchise received rave reviews when it was released, but sadly this didn't transfer to the sales figures. Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars is due out in autumn and will be available in both a UMD format and as a downloadable title. And Sony are hoping that by introducing the GTA franchise to their portable device, they'll build up a fan base for their new console, the PSP Go, which is out in October. The Nintendo DS version of Chinatown Wars relied heavily on the dual screen and touch features, which the PSP consoles don't have, so I can only assume the GTA experience will differ. You won't be able to hotwire a car using the touchscreen for starters, but I am interested to see how the game translates from one platform to the other, and I can't wait to get my hands on them. Now, if you've been thinking about buying a new notebook and a Blu-ray player but can't quite decide which models to go for, then Sony might have the answer with their new range of entry-level Vio notebooks with integrated Blu-ray drives. The new Vio NW range sports a 15.5-inch X-Bright Eco LCD screen for super crisp pictures, a Core 2 Duo processor, 4GB worth of RAM, and the option to add a 512MB graphics card, as well as housing a very respectable 400GB hard drive for all of your movies and data. And if that wasn't enough, it also has an isolated keyboard for easy, more comfortable typing and an HDMI output for those of you who want to plug your notebook into your big telly to make full use of that integrated Blu-ray drive. Great news, the NW range goes on sale soon in the US and prices start from $800, which is about £490, and you can add the Blu-ray on as an extra at $85, which is around 50 quid. So all in all, you can get yourself a brand new notebook with an integrated Blu-ray drive for about £540. Bad news now, there's no word yet on when the NW range will make it to the UK, or if those US prices will be the same over here. But here's hoping they are, or cheaper. This Muvi camcorder is the smallest in the world according to its manufacturer's Veho, so to try it out we gave it to Otis to use around the Gadget show office.
Makers of camcorders are always going on about how their tech can fit easily in the palm of your hand. Brush them all aside now because there's a new player in the ballpark. Look, this is the Muvi camcorder, so small, it's only just wider than the track lines on my hand. Look at that. Because it's so small, you could actually drop it. So what they've done is they've packed it in a very strong aluminium case. Another beautiful thing about it is it's one-touch operation. You just press that button there to turn it on, also press to record and press to stop. But there's also a very neat Vox function here. If I turn that on, merely by the sound of my voice, it will start recording. One of the best things about it is it's so small, you can kind of film covertly. Watch this. Hey, what's going on? Alright.
Back in a sec.
Yeah? What are you up to?
Packing for a shoot, which we're going on.
Packing for a shoot. Any shoot in particular?
Yes, your shoot.
My secret. Can I tell the people out there? Yeah? Hey, keep it secret. Like my filming. Doesn't know. Alright, mate. How you doing? Yeah, what? Just messing around there, yeah? Oh, you can't figure it out?
Well, I've only just got my hands on it. So.
That's no excuse, mate.
Yeah, I'm getting there. You're looking fishy.
No, I'm alright. He doesn't know. It's brilliant. That's alright, it's cool.
Have you put some on my
No,
back?
I haven't done anything like that. Nothing like that. See what I mean? That's covert.
Not nothing I can.
Right, Josh. I'm alright. No, I'm just talking to you. Being filmed. She doesn't know. Huh? What have you done? What?
It records up to VGA quality, and that's one of the drawbacks, especially as its main enemies in the market, if you will be the Minnow, which now come in HD. But you know, just for covert filming and something to strap to a helmet, if you're filming sports or something like that, it's not bad at all, is it?
Well, that's almost all we've got time for this week, but before I go, I really must tell you about the brand new official Gadget Show Facebook page. Yes, you can join the official page to receive regular updates on tech news, join the discussion boards and generally find out what we've been up to. Don't forget to keep an eye out on the Gadget Show website for exclusive videos and blogs, and you can still follow us on Twitter for daily reports on the new series, just to help bridge the gap between now and August the 3rd, when the new series will be back. Woohoo!